What is up, traders? Welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be a little bit different. I want to talk about BluSky Trading Company. I've been eyeballing this prop firm for about a month and a half, and I missed the sale that they were doing, and unfortunately it was a half off sale. Unfortunate, but I'm sure they're gonna have another one coming up in 4th of July or whatever. But with all the Apex drama going on, I think people need to kind of branch out and kind of do some research and just see what's out there. I don't think you should be sticking to the one and only prop firm. I mean, if that's your thing, that's fine, you can do that, but I think there should be kind of like a diversity in terms of like where you want to trade and stuff like that. In my opinion, Apex is not the best trading company, prop firm company, and I don't think there is like a best prop firm out there, just because everybody has different rules and whatnot. But what I think in terms of Apex, their payout structure is very bad. I think it's one of the worst ones in the whole entire industry, in my opinion. And the only reason that Apex is quote unquote the best, right, is because they have 90% off sales and they have 1 day to pass evaluations, and of course they have a very low withdrawal amounts in terms of like your minimum balance, right, on your accounts. And I think this right here, it could be a very good solution to your problems, right? Because I think BluSky have the best payout as of right now. I don't know if it's going to change or not, but right now as it stands, they have the best payout structure, and I'll talk about it of course in a minute. But like I said before, the name is BluSky. Now they're based out of Florida, which is where I'm from. And they're fairly new. They're about, I think, 2 or 3 years old. I cannot remember. I saw it somewhere that I think they started in 2021 or 2022. I cannot remember, so don't quote me, but they're fairly new. But what I like about them is, the major thing that I like about them is they place you in the live account. Yes, even though it is a 2-step evaluation, quote unquote, type of thing, where you have to kind of like what Top Step did, but in terms of like the end goal and the payouts, you're in the live account. And I think one of the reasons why Apex have these issues is because you're not trading live, you're trading a sim account. We all know that the funded accounts that you have, the 20 accounts that you have, those are not real accounts. Sorry, but they're not. There's a simulated account, and I don't know how their business model is. I don't know how they make money and stuff like that in terms of Apex. But the reason they have these issues, half the reasons why they have those issues is because you're not trading a live account, and that's a problem. That's a huge problem. But anyways, I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to go over kind of like the major things. There is reviews on this, but they're kind of like outdated because they changed some rules and things like that. So the older reviews, they're not that great, and the old rules are actually not that great either. So I'm glad they changed it to these rules. But I'm going to dive into this, and I'm going to focus on the 25K account because that's what I usually trade. So that's what I'm going to focus on. So they have 25K, 50K, and 100K, and also have static accounts, which is 150 and 200, right? I'm not going to focus on these. I'm just going to focus on the 25K. So basically it's 2-step process, right? You have evaluation, then you have earning phase, and then finally you have a brokerage account, which is your live account. There's a couple caveats that I do want to mention that you should really kind of think about, and I don't think they're that bad in terms of like, you know, working with this prop firm. It's just kind of, it's going to be almost a personal preference. But like I said before, first step is evaluation, right? Everything is normal. You trade 4 contracts. It's about average. Usually it's about 5, but whatever. The target profit is $1,500. The trailing drawdown is $1,200. You do have a daily stop limit, which some people don't like that. I personally like that. I think it's a good thing, and I think every prop firm should do that because it stops you from destroying your accounts, period. Consistency rule is 30%, which is again pretty much an industry standard. You have 8 days minimum trading days. Data is included, Ninja license included, and you get 50% off TraderView, which to me personally, it's TraderView is a journaling software, kind of like TradeZilla and whatnot. I never used it, so I don't really care. So it is what it is. So once you pass that, you move on to a earning phase, which is 2A. It's called Blue Live. Again, same target profit, $1,500, same trailing drawdown, payouts, which I'll talk about in a minute. So it says at profit goal, no daily loss limit, which is good, no consistency rule, good, and no minimum trading days, which is also good. Data is included, Ninja license is included, and no setup fees. Important, no setup fees, as you clearly see there. So once you pass that, this is where it gets really interesting. So once you pass the 2A earning phase, which is Blue Live, right? You move on to a brokerage account. So they take this $1,500 that you earned in 2A phase, right? And then put that into a live brokerage account. Yes, you're trading live. It's like you taking your own $1,500 and putting into your own live trading account. This is exactly what they're doing here. So they take that $1,500, put it in a live brokerage account, okay, and it says profit goal. There is no profit goal, because why? Because you are trading live money, right? You do have a minimum balance, which is $300 for the 25K. Starting balance $1,500, which is, we already know that because that's what you had before that. Payouts, now obviously the most important probably aspect of this video. Payouts is Monday through Friday. Yes, you can see that clearly right here. Monday through Friday. If you request before 12 p.m. Eastern time, can't talk, they will process the payment the same day, basically end of day, and you'll have your money, right, within 1 to 3 business days, because it's a wire transfer to your bank. So if your bank is fast, you potentially can get your payout in 1 day, potentially, right? And I think this is the best way to go about it, honestly speaking. There is a caveat, which I'll talk about in a second, but like I said before, you can, technically speaking, withdraw this $1,500. Well, actually, I'm sorry, you can withdraw $1,200 because you can't go below the 300 minimum balance, right? You can withdraw $1,200 as soon as you hit the brokerage phase, and you can have that $1,200 within 1 to 3 business days. So if you pass the evaluation on Monday, you request to withdraw. There is no consistency rule. There is no minimum days traded. There is no waiting period. There is no review period. There is no payout period. There's none of that. If you made, you know, whatever, let's say you got to this account, right? Let's say you got to live account, brokerage account, right? And let's say your first day was Monday and you traded and you made $500. You can request that $500 to withdraw the same day, if it's, as long as it's before 12 p.m. Eastern time, right? You can request it, and you can have that $500 literally on Tuesday, if not Wednesday or Thursday, that's the same week. Guys, this is powerful. This is how it should be with every prop firm. This is proper. This is what it should be. For some reason, and I'm gonna go on rant here, and I want to, like, you know, whatever, but for some reason people are so fixated on these prop firms that they forget that prop firms are not your solution, right? Prop firms are meant to be kind of like a bridge between a demo trading and a live account, right? It's a bridge. It's where you focus on your foundation, where you focus on your emotions, focus on your psychology, where you focus on your strategy, your risk management, trade management, so on and so forth. This is where you do your hard work. This is where you learn. This is where you perfect your craft. And using those payouts that you get from prop firms, you save those, right? You save those, or at least do some kind of half and half thing where you half for whatever and then half for your live account, and you save those, and you take that money you saved and you put it in your live account and you trade that. I don't know why people are so obsessed with these prop firms. I know that they give you access to capital. That's great, but I'm telling you right now, I'm not gonna trade this for the next 5 or 10 years. That's crazy, because you're losing money in the long run. You're losing money because you give them 10%. Anyways, that's not the point. So back to this. Like I said, payouts Monday through Friday, as long as it's not a holiday, as long as it's not a weekend. You can request every single day, and before 12. If you request before 12, you usually get it within 1 to 3 business days. That's huge. Now there's caveat I got to talk about, right? Data. So you do have to pay a professional data feed from CME. Why? Well, you are considered a private contractor or whatever, how you want to call it, that's working for you're working for a prop firm, right? And that's considered to be a professional. That's what you'd be considered as, right? So you do, if how should I phrase it? Let me just think about this. So if you open a brokerage account and you're working for a broker or for a prop firm, you're considered a professional trader, right? Now if you do it by yourself, like retail, like your own private whatever live account, you're considered a normal trader that it's not professional, because you're not working for anybody, you're working for yourself. In this case, you're working for somebody because you're considered a private contractor, right? So that means you do have to pay a professional data fee. The fee is $135 a month, which is pretty high in my opinion, but that's the cost of doing business with a prop firm, and that's every prop firm. And I know Apex is not doing that because, well, they don't charge you a $135 fee. They just charge you a setup fee, which I don't even know what that even includes. Like, what does that even mean? But every prop firm, when they put you in a live account, you have to pay that fee. And that $135, that goes straight to the exchange. That does not go to BluSky or, BlueNox or whatever, right? That goes straight to the exchange. Now, BlueNox is doing a little bit different, and I'm not sure how they're doing it. And I do believe that once you get funded, you're actually in a live account, because the reason I'm saying this is because you have to actively trade those accounts. Otherwise, your accounts will get closed. That's why I always tell you that you have to, every 5 days, you got to place on a trade on your master account. Doesn't matter if you lose or win or lose, doesn't matter. It has to be active. As far as their fee in terms of like professional or whatever, I'm not sure how they do it. Don't ask me. But this is how they're doing it, and I think this is great. I think this is fantastic. So that's a little bit of a negative thing, right? But that's just how it is, right? And like I said before, that $135 a month, that goes straight to the exchange, CME. They don't see any of that. They don't have no control of that. Again, you get a limited license for free. You do get custom risk in terms of like daily loss limit, target profit, and trailing drawdown, and so on and so forth. Kind of like what TopStep doing with their platform. And not only that, you get one-on-one coaching. I don't know about you guys, but one-on-one coaching is expensive. I've seen people charge an absurd amount of money for one-on-one coaching, and you get it for free here. And of course, no setup fee. Now, there's a little bit of a perk here. So once you get to live brokerage account, right, you get a refund from your evaluation fee. So let's say if you paid, $109, they have a sale here. If you pay $109, they will refund that back to you, so you can put in your whatever, or you can use it towards a next month's fee or whatever it is. So that's also really nice. And they do coupon codes pretty frequently, and I am affiliate with them. Of course I am. So I don't have a personal code that they give me. It's kind of different than like BlueNox or Apex. It's not really a code, it's just a link. So if you click my link, I get some kind of kickback or whatever, but I don't have a code. But you can use this code right here, 2024, and if you want to use my link, just whatever, and I'll include a link down below. So yeah, I mean, honestly speaking, this is what it should be. Now there's a little bit of small kind of like a thing that they don't really talk about. So once you get into Blue Live, let's say you do pass your evaluation and you get into Blue Live, you cannot trade 4 contracts. You can only trade 2, right? Once you pass the Blue Live, you go back to 4. Once you're in brokerage, you go back to 4. So the reason for that is, I did confirm that with them, they just don't want you to going crazy with the contracts, and accidentally blowing an account, because you don't have a daily loss limit anymore. So they're kind of looking out for you, which again, in my opinion, I always trade 2 contracts, so it's not really a big deal. So it is what it is. But I think they should kind of like mention here somewhere like, hey, like you can't trade 4 contracts, you can only trade 2. but once you go back to the 2B, or not go back, but once you go forward to 2B, you can go back to 4 contracts. So, which is really nice. And here's a little FAQ here. Can I really request a payout every day? Yes. Right there, big bold letters, Monday through Friday, as long as it's brokerage is open, meaning if it's not a weekend or a holiday, you can request a payout every day. Now this one says 11 a.m. and I think it's a mistypo, and I did confirm with them. They just said sometimes it's 11, sometimes it's 12, depends on what's going on. But I just said it's 12 o'clock because here it says 11, on the other page you'll say 12, so you'll see that in a second. But again, 12 o'clock, that's what they told me, and that's fine. So let's talk about, I guess, like what fails your evaluation, right? What's the rules? But like I said before, it's 8 trading days. Reach your target profit. Consistency, they will work on your consistency. So if you accidentally go over your consistency or whatever, they'll work with you, right? They're not going to tell you, oh, whatever, and then you fail. No. There's only 2 ways to fail. One, fall below the minimum balance, which is trailing, and of course you have a fall below the daily unrealized loss limits in a single trading day. So basically, it's just almost kind of the same thing for like a trailing drawdown. Things that don't fail your account: trading news. You can trade news, using too many contracts, and trade their own hours. They actually have automatic thing where they'll close your position in 15 minutes before market closes. And if you're using too many contracts, the system won't let you trade too many contracts because that's how they have it set it up. So that's cool. Now you do get a reset on the evaluation step only. If you go to Blue Live and Brokerage, there is no resets. There is no resets because, well, in Brokerage, because obviously you're in a live environment. Blue Live, I believe it's like a hybrid where it's like mixed of sim versus with a real account. But who knows? Maybe it is live. I don't know. But I know for sure that the Brokerage account is live account. Let's talk about how many contracts or how many accounts can you trade. So if you're an Apex trader and you'd have like 20, this might not be for you. I was never about 20 accounts. That to me, that seems a little bit silly. But you can only trade 2. Now maybe in the future they will up the size. I don't know, but for now it's just 2, and then there's only 1 for the Premium Plus, 100K. They do mention here that you cannot trade in terms of like buy and sell at the same time. Some people do this orb thing, whatever strategy on Apex. I don't know what it is, but I guess you put a buy at the top and a sell at the bottom, and you just wait until one of them gets hits, and then you cancel the other one. You cannot do that here. It says big red letters, you cannot do that here. It's against the CME rules. So, and this is why probably Apex is cracking down, because, well, you can't do that. Like I said before, they have affiliate program. So this right here says cannot trade here, and this is kind of like one of those things that some of the countries are not allowed to trade in. This is a list that you cannot trade in. So it is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now they will, once you get to a brokerage account, they will run a background check. They will do the know your customer and anti-money laundering check. They also will, you have to provide a bank statement or utility bill for a proof of address and a government issue ID. That's all standard. If you cannot provide these documents or fail these background checks, then you cannot be able to trade with them. It is what it is. Pretty standard stuff, but like I said before, this is the countries that you cannot trade in. So kind of sucks, but it is what it is. It's a big list. Let's talk about I guess resets. So it's pretty standard. Again, only resets in evaluation phase only, no resets in Blue Live or Brokerage. You do get an $85 fee for resetting, and if you fail an account and you have a kind of renewal coming up on your bill, they will reset your account for free basically, so you get another chance to trade it. Like I said before, payouts, right? So it's, this one says, like I said before, it says 12 p.m, but the other one says 11, but I think it's 12. excluding holidays, and then transfer times usually take 1 to 3 business days. So nothing crazy here. No minimum days for payouts. Now here's a cool thing. That's another thing that I like about this prop firm is minimum withdrawal is $250. This is the lowest I've ever seen in any prop firm that I know of. And not only that, it gets even better. No max withdrawals. No limit. You can withdraw as much as you want. And you say, well, how are they doing that? The reason they can do this is because it's a live account. Again, it's a live account. When you trade your own live money, you can do whatever you want. If you made 50,000 that day, you can request 50,000. Why? Because it's a live account, right? Now they don't have like a first 20K is yours or first 10K like someone like Apex or Bullnox or whatever. They don't have that, unfortunate. But it's one of those things like, do you want that or do you want first day payouts? I'd rather get my payout now. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at. Profit sharing is 90-10, which is pretty standard. Again, your minimum balance is this right here. For 25K, it's $25,300. If your balance goes below that, you automatically will be liquidated and your account will be closed, period. So when I was saying the $1,500 that you get from Blue Live, just keep that in the account, grow that account a little bit. If you need the money, right, just take off $250, take off your initial kind of investment. Like, let's just say that your evaluation fee and your CME fee in total, if you pay the full price for both of these, it's about $260-ish, $270, right? And for some reason, if you don't get that evaluation fee back from them, then just take out $250 or $270, right? And you're back to zero. You're back to zero. You still have enough to grow that account, right? And yeah, so that's that. And of course, they're just saying here that they will, if you are, withdraw consistently, if you're consistently profitable, they don't mind giving you that $300 or $1,000 or whatever back to you. Like I said, if profit sharing is 90-10, like I said, it's a direct bank account deposit and taxes and things like that. So honestly, pretty straightforward rules. Again, I don't have evaluation with them as of yet. I will, once I finish my top step evaluation, I will gonna get this one. I definitely want to get this one for sure. I want to give it a try. Funded rules: once you're in the live account, there's only one way to fail. Don't fall below the minimum trailing static / balance. That's it. That's one rule. Don't do the simultaneous trading. Don't do that. It doesn't say anything about dollar cost averaging, so I don't know. Don't quote me. Email them, message them, hey, can I do this, just so you are aware. But you can't trade the rules. No daily loss limit. To make contracts, you're okay with that. Trade your own hours, all that stuff we talked about already. But yeah, I mean, that's where it's at. And this is where I was talking about the 2 contracts. So once you go onto the evaluation, once you go to Blue Live, you can only trade 2, which is basically half the size. And once you go to Brokerage, you go back to 4. That's pretty much it, really. Scaling, you can do scaling if you want to, in terms of like, you can ask them to increase your contract sizes if you want to, if you're doing good and you see that they see that you're consistently profitable and making money. I'm sure they'll have no problem increasing the contract sizes. Now, don't ask for like 10 or 15, right? Be reasonable, maybe like 1 or 2, and work on that. And then like, a few months later, ask for more. Like I said before, you can set up your daily stop limits, your target profits, whatever it is. And once you do that, it will probably lock you out. I don't know if it's through like Rhythmic or maybe it's through like from there. And I don't know how it's set up. But I like how the top steps have theirs, where it's like it stops you out and then that's it, locks you out. You cannot change anything. You can't do anything until the next trading day. And of course, the data feed, which we talk about, which is 135 per exchange. And honestly speaking, they do use Rhythmic supported platform, so they do Trader Rate as well. So NinjaTrader, Trader Rate, TradingView, Jigsaw, Bookmap. So I know a lot of people like trading on the TradingView. I don't really care for it. And of course, Rhythmic, 1 Tower, Jigsaw, Sierra Chart, Bookmap, and all other Rhythmic platforms. So yeah, pretty cool stuff here. Oh, I almost forgot. they do a monthly competition. Basically, it's on a sim account. You get a 100k starting balance, and it's a 95k static minimum, which basically gives you 5k in drawdown. Max 5 contracts, no resets, no daily stop losses, and no consistency. So it's $5 to sign up for it. It's on a sim account, and it's usually every month. Yeah, first place gets $1,000, second place 500, and third place 200. You can clearly see there's people all over the country, all over the world trade here. This guy right here is killing it. 20 days traded, 54k on the account. So really nice. Again, it's $5 to join, and kind of gives you kind of like, you can gauge how good you are against other traders. So that's where I'm at. This is my video, or this is my kind of like review on this platform, or this trading company, platform I should say, not platform, platform. Yeah, I'm really actually excited about this. I know that's the only thing that I don't really like about it is the evaluations are kind of expensive. Now they do run codes every month. Last month was 50% off, which I missed it, but it is what it is. I don't want to get it because I was doing Top Step and I don't want to do too many things. But I'm definitely going to pick one up either this month coming up or in July. I'm sure they're going to have like a 4th of July sale, which is probably going to be like half off or something like that. Again, like I said, I am affiliated with them, so I do have a link down below, and I just click on the link and then put this code in. Yeah, I'm actually excited for this. I really am, and I think people should try different platforms and see what they like. You know, right now I'm enjoying the Bullnox. I haven't traded Apex. My accounts are kind of like dormant. They don't really do anything. One thing about Bullnox that I don't like is they have a big safety net. They have like a $1,600 safety net, and their minimum to withdraw is $1,000, which this one right here is $250. I mean, that's crazy. That's $250. You can make that in literally one trade. So yeah, that's where I'm at with this, and I hope you like this video. And if you have any questions, I guess comment down below, or you know, email them, or just do a little chat here. They're pretty what do you call it, pretty quick to respond to you, and if they don't, usually on the weekends they don't respond to you, but on the weekday they're pretty quick. I sent a message actually earlier yesterday, no, actually it was actually early this morning, and which is a Saturday, and they were able to respond to me within like 5 minutes, which is crazy. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. But thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.